she was
see how they do?
right. She came on my show, and I asked her some tough questions, this is when I knew she was probably going to take the money. And I even told her when the show went off air, if you're going to take the money, be straight up about it and let everybody know, hey, yeah, I'm taking the money and do that.
Right.
And from what I understand, when she did take the money, the majority of the people were saying, hey, what's going on? Why did you take the money? What's going on? And she totally ignored those people.
Yeah, she was like, I don't answer to
And
y'all.
then and then also from what I hear on the show, she was unapologetic about, and she kept using her child as a crutch. I'm a single parent. I am a single parent. What does single parent and having ethics have to do with each other?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't keep touting that I'm a single parent, because if that's the kind of stuff you do to your constituents now, what are you teaching your child?
Exactly.
So I don't.
Exactly. What kind of ethics do you have if you're doing that now?
To be cutthroat.
Right. And again, if you're going to take the money, one thing about my show, and everybody will agree with me. I am what I am. I say what I say, and I'm going to be who I'm going to be.
And what is that exactly?
I'll give some examples. If some of you think I'm an asshole, then I'm an asshole.
So be it.
If some of you think, hey, he's just a straight shooter with it, I'm just a straight shooter. But what you see from me is what you get.
Right.
I don't fake the funk. I am who I am.
So you really don't throw rocks and hide your hand?
I do throw rocks and hide my hand. But that's only when the police show up.
Right.
Until the police show up. Yeah, I did it. And
okay.
So, but I'm gonna give, I understand Klepto Carla kept saying that, well, people didn't donate to my campaign. People didn't do this. People didn't do that. Why would I donate to your campaign and I live in District 1?
Well, what does that have to do with anything? So you didn't donate to her campaign. You can't hold her accountable or say anything about her.
Right.
I think she should probably realize now she's a public figure.
And I'm going to get to that.
Go ahead, brother.
Okay. And I know they don't watch the show, but they watch the show, but they don't watch the show. Let me say this, and let me be perfectly clear, Klepto Carla. Dr. Thornton, because I'm going to give her respect. She's a doctor.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's not personal with me or you. You get into politics, you got to take what comes with it.
But gosh, if you evoke somebody's name, especially in a negative manner, I mean, you're going to get it back.
And what did I say? I'm the type of guy, you want to get in the gutter, let's get in the gutter.
I'll get in there right on with you, sister.
I have no problem with that. Now, I want to be perfectly clear with Dr. Thornton. And she said she'll come on the show, and that's great. Like I said, it's not personal. Me and Victoria Baca's situation, that's not personal. Now, me and Denise Fleming, that's personal.
Well, let's keep it real.
Right, and I'm going to tell you guys that. That's what I'm saying. I don't have nothing to hide about all this. Me and Idiot Gutierrez, that's not personal. If I have a personal problem with you, I'll let you know that.
Right.
Right off the box. Let me be clear. When you run for office, you are dealing with people's lives. You are making decisions that affect people's pocketbook. And that means you got to take everything that comes with it. You took the money, you don't give a damn, and I'm going to tell the people of District 2, I really feel sorry for you guys, because if she's basically saying, I don't give a damn what you're saying now, just wait until she gets on that dais.
Oh, yes.
Okay? But let me make this perfectly clear, Dr. Thornton. We, as military people, now I'm one with ethics. Please, people, don't get this confused. You've got people in the military that understand what integrity, core values, the Air Force anthem, that we have, those of us that are in the Air Force, and what's right. Okay, you have those people. And then you got the 10% that just can't conform, and they're just shysty, and they just don't really make it, okay? And that's who they are, But those of us in the military, we all know this. We're a small community. Operations is a small community. Logistics is a small community. And we all talk. Now,
see,
if we want, if we want to get into the gutter and invoke people's names, we can bring up people's personal business, because you are a public figure. And as long as I'm telling the truth.
How personal, brother?
Well, you know me. I'll cut it to the fat meat.
So, basically, you don't subscribe rather, to Michelle Obama's when they go low, we go high.
I don't subscribe to that. I subscribe to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, a life for a life, a head for a head. Then we got some communication, we got some discussion going on, right?
Right.
Now, I'm not a public figure per se. I'm public, but I'm not a public figure per se. So if we want to get down and dirty, I would stop telling people I'm a single mom and I'm a single person, because then I can tell people what that's about. And I have no problem doing that. But again, I don't want to be challenged. So I'm just putting this out there. Tread lightly, the pride before the fall.
And if I could just, make that a little bit more eloquent.
Yes, please.
For those who might be like, well, what? What he's saying is, he is that dude, okay? He has no civility when it comes to you messing with him, okay? Or, I would say in this case, kind of stabbing you in the back if the reports that you got are true about the stuff she was saying about you. He's saying, I am that dude, and I will go there with you. And it might not be, what did it say, force for force, or
right.
It might be a little worse. So basically, if you, and I'm not just speaking to Carla, but anybody, you guys have already seen that if you have something that may be a little bit personal in your past and it gets found out, you keep on, it's going to be public knowledge because you are a public figure.
And you are deemed an enemy of mine.
And this is the warning that, and I'm just paraphrasing off of what he said, but if you want to keep, being nasty and ugly, and that now I got the seat and I can say what I want to say about people, you might just want to keep it business because you don't want your personal stuff to be brought out. Because people talk, unfortunately.
They do.
They talk, and they sometimes get a little Wendy Williams with it, if you know what I mean.
Exactly. So people, you should keep the kids out of it. Ask Victoria Baca how I feel about damn kids when it comes to politics.
Well, and this particular bit of information that you have is not even necessarily about her kid. It's about her.
Exactly.
So, to me, I understand people because I work with people, but it's like, don't think that you're above it all to where you can just say what you want to say about people and then they're not going to fight back. Because I personally hate when I see politicians or other people try to be nice. Well, I'm not going to do what they did to me. I'm just going to take the high road, and when they go low, we go high.
And you keep doing that. Because while I'm busting you in the head.
Like I said, I like Charlemagne the God's theory. When they go low, we take it to the floor right with their ass.
Exactly.
Okay?
Exactly. So I'm going to caution our public officials, because you guys are public officials, that the Supreme Court, let me re-say this again, the Supreme Court in 1966 affirmed that I could outright lie on you, and I'm protected by the law. Number one, free
Fox
speech.
News gets away with the shit.
Yeah. Fox News does what they're doing. Because the reason why I can get away with it is because being a public figure, that's your job. You are not above criticism, and you have a lot of outlets to refute what I'm saying. And so use those outlets. But guess what? I never say anything unless I have the facts or the truth behind it. So just remember that. So let me clarify. Klepto Carla. I say klepto because it's unfortunate that she stole a lot of votes from people that thought she was one way and she was another. And she only won by a mere number of votes, and that could have been the difference between her getting the seat and not having that seat.
And then I think the name Klepto Carla is well deserved too, because especially on a lot of the blogs, you saw a lot of people who were lamenting about the fact that they had already sent in their vote for her, and they wish they would have known she had taken the money, because they wouldn't have voted for her, and they were upset, like, I feel cheated. I wish there was something I can do to change my vote. So, for lack of better words, she did. She lied to them and stole their vote.
And here's the thing, and everybody goes, well, and I don't know why everybody kept, sending me the stuff. I understand because I do dirt like that. But here's the thing. In all seriousness, I'm not upset. Because like I said, she was on this show, and I told her, if you're gonna take that money, let people know why you're taking it and go forward. Because we really don't know what she's gonna do until she gets on that dais. But when you get on that dais and they swear your ass in, You're going to find out Victoria Baca and that little Mexican cartel that they got going right there don't give a damn about black folks. And you're going to find out that you're black real quick.
And then too, just kind of from what I've seen, you know, she seems like she has a dominant personality.
Who?
Carla.
No, she doesn't.
She doesn't?
No.
Well, I'm saying from what I've seen on, so she gets on the dais, that ain't gonna fly.
Oh no, they're gonna have her in check.
There's gonna be a clash of personalities.
I got it because when
you think she'll just bow down and take it?
Yeah, she took the money. And here's why I say that, because people say, again, I'm in the 1st district, so ask yourself this, everybody out there: why would Donovan give a shit? I couldn't vote for you. I couldn't do anything for you. I'm dealing with Victoria Baca in my district.
Well, together they all make the decision about the city
Exactly.
as a whole.
Exactly. But here's my thing. This is why I'm upset. Why was I upset about Leroy Holt? Why was I upset about Luke Fuller? And I'm just going to say it because I'm an honest person. Straight out. I'm just going to tell it to you. She took a seat that was previously held by Jeffrey Gaiba. Jeffrey Gaiba was given a super PAC of $250,000. If any developer would have came to me and said, "Hey, I want to support you. I want to do this. Here's $15,000." It's the same exact seat. I would have said, didn't you just give the other guy $250,000? And you're going to offer me $15,000?
You want me to sell my ass for a Happy Meal?
Right, for a Happy Meal. A Redbox movie. You know what I mean? Luke Fuller, $15,000. We haven't seen him since. Reputation gone. Al Bundy Holt sold his dumbass for $15,000.
That's all?
Yeah, that's all they gave him.
$15,000?
Well, I think it was a little bit more than that. It was maybe 20, 25.
But still.
That's what I'm saying. I'm upset, and this ain't a black or white or anything issue, but I'm saying it. Why is it that when it comes to the black candidates, Ito gives them goddamn pennies, and so this chick sold her ass for $15,000, and I shouldn't be upset about that. I mean, do the math. It's the same seat Jeffrey Gaiba got. So are we talking racism here? Why? It's the same seat. Why is she offered $15,000 and he got $250,000 in a super PAC?
I think the feminists need to get on this. What
exactly.
Equal pay for equal,
exactly.
Whatever it's called.
Right.
I ain't no feminist. I don't even know.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Equal pay for equal something.
I mean, whoever's advising her, I would have said, look, that race was so close, and that thing, you could have been more powerful, possibly winning the race on your own merit, then getting on the seat and then selling your ass on the seat because people want the influence. You sold your ass for $15,000. And if you don't do what they want you to do when you get on that dais, watch what happens to your dumb ass. Watch what happens. So I'm just going to ask you, logically, do you understand why I think the bitch is dumb?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't think I wouldn't call her a bitch myself.
No, you wouldn't call her a bitch, but
no, I understand.
I mean, I'm a political person. I'm just saying, if you're going to get in politics, you don't devalue the seat. You bring the seat up, and only black folks do that.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's baffling to me too. Is equal pay for equal work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the same seat, the same job essentially.
Same job.
You're going to be selling out, the city.
The special interest.
Yeah, the same job.
Mm-hmm.
I would have did. I'd have had to negotiate with him some more too. I mean, damn, can you meet me in the middle?
Right. No, he wouldn't even do it. I said, Ito, you better come to me at least $250,000. Either I'm going to stay there, what you paid Jeffrey Gaiba, or you're going to give me a little bit more because you need this.
Well,
and I'm going to show you how out of touch she is. This bitch is supposed to be a logistics person, and she made a statement on the other show talking about, well, the WLC is here. You dumb bitch. The WLC contract between the city and Highland Fairview was nullified by the local judge here in Riverside. You don't even know what you're talking about. So the WLC is not here. It has to go from day one. So there is no contract. There is no guarantee. I don't see any infrastructure being built. I've been saying this time and time and time again. We elect these people that don't know what they're doing. And she's talking about, wouldn't it be so nice? You got a person that knows logistics, and it's just going to be so great, and we're going to do something. Bitch, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I'm gonna just say this: you missed your calling with the
Voices?
yeah, you missed your calling.
Okay. But, you know, so for those guys that are listening to me, did you guys understand where I'm going at that? You're sitting on a show. You are now a duly elected council person, and you're out here telling people, oh, the WLC is here. No, it's not. It was nullified. So that means there is no contract between it. He has to start all over. That is why he bought your ass for $15,000 and a snack pack.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did she get some dipping sauce to go with it?
Well, she's gonna be. She's gonna be getting some dipping sauce on command.
You know what? I didn't. That's not where I was going with that.
That's where I was going. But you know, for my listeners, I mean, do you guys now understand what I'm talking about? You got to be up to date of what's happening. The WLC is not coming. The contract was null and void. I have yet to see infrastructure being built. I see no truck stops. I see no transmission shops. I see no tire shops. I see nothing being made for truckers other than upgraded hotels off Day Street so that we can get the lot lizards employed. And then the unlimited permits that just came in after the cannabis group made their donations. Isn't that a surprise? But I don't know what I'm talking about. And you know, and the sad thing is, even Roy said, "Wow, you didn't get as much money as the other people." And she sat there smiling. Look.
Damn. That must be some cheap ass.
It's gotta be cheap ass.
That's be good.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
I mean, because even they calling it out like, damn,
exactly. You dumb bitch.
$15,000? That ain't even gonna buy you a good pair of fishnet pantyhose.
Right, exactly. And then she talked about, I needed flyers. I ran a good campaign. I didn't have no goddamn flyers.
That cost $15,000?
Right. And you still haven't explained the money. You still haven't done that.
Well, maybe if you could, you know, connect the dots. You keep saying I'm a single mom, so maybe she needed the money.
And that's fine.
Personally,
and that's fine. But see, if you were a smart single mom and really loved your kids, I think $250,000 would go a long way than $15,000.
Yeah, I wouldn't have did it for no $15,000. Like, come on, who am I? You know, but
that's
like you said, if this dude got $250,000 and he giving you 15, how much are you really worth?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or how much do you think you worth? Or is there more to come?
And the rumor mill, and I'm going to verify this again. I'm going to do my disclaimer. The rumor is you called Ito yourself.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun. So again, a quick disclaimer. Us in the military, we have a very, 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 very small group of us. And if we want to start throwing stones and get down in the dirt, and we're going to, I don't think it's anybody's business why you're a single mom. I don't think it's anybody's business. And from what I've heard in the military circles, there's a good reason why you're a single mother.
Oh my God.
There's a good reason. So, I will warn you once again. Be very, very careful. I could be a decent friend or a neutral party, or I could be very, very, very ugly.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to run to those folks, and you
Right.
know what folks I'm talking about, you know, and Malcolm X said it. You know, the Negroes, there's always that one Negro that's going to run up to Massa or to the big house and, you know, get to talking and, you know, getting swayed by Massa. And then he or she going to come out and try to sway all the other Negroes. Oh, that's a good Massa. Oh, you know, and then going to go in there and talk to Massa about other black people.
Right.
So, I mean, it's like, don't be that chick.
Right.
Don't be that chick. I mean, listen, Carla, can we talk? If you listen to this and you don't listen to this and somebody run this to you, just Google Stephen Fetchit.
Yes.
Just Google his story. His real name escapes me. William Walker, somebody. Google Stephen Fetchit and read his story and see how that could potentially be you if you don't do things right.
Right.
Because right now, this ain't Donovan, this is me speaking. White folks will love you. They'll love you right now as long as you know, sand dancing and scratching when you don't itch and all. They gonna love you. But when your time is up and they're through with you, you're going to have to come back home. But don't mistake black people because we ain't always welcoming to those who have, how can I say this, shine for the man.
Exactly. Exactly. Again, I'm going to tell people in District 2, we don't know what she's going to do until she gets that on the seat in the dais, and we're going to see it. I mean, I have a good indication.
I mean, damn, look at the shit she's doing now.
Right,
I mean,
I have a good indication what's going to happen, but again, that's District 2's problem, so it's really not my problem. And I find it very disingenuous that, she came on my show. It was one of the first shows she came on locally, and so people didn't know who she was, and she got that exposure. And you're going to try to...
Well, that's how we do each other.
Yeah.
Not all of us, but some of us who are trying to get, next to the man and, trying to get some extra cool, I almost said the word, cool points with the man. They do that. You ain't turn around and it's all up in your back after you, like you said, you gave her a platform, an interview to let people, hear what she has to say. Now she going to go over there. He ain't do nothing for me.
Oh, damn, you're doing pretty good yourself. Stick with me. But in all sincerity, I didn't vote for you because I couldn't vote for you. I'm in a different district. I wish you all the best, and I honestly and sincerely hope you remember your Air Force core values. Number one, integrity, and you stand on your own. And good luck if you do, because guess what? When Baca turns on your ass, you're gonna wish Donovan was there to help you.
Yeah, because there ain't gonna be two hands on the dais.
Exactly.
One gonna get pecked to death.
And guess what? Victoria Baca ain't having it. She's there for an agenda. So again, you're more than welcome to come back on the show.
I don't think she will. She doesn't need your black ass.
Yeah, she said she would. And just remember this: you got to do another re-election coming up. So
she don't need your black ass now, okay?
Exactly, but she will in 4 years, unless she's recalled before then. But anyway, but no, Klepto Carla, good luck. I really do wish you luck. I really do, because it's not my problem. I gave you the platform because you're not a threat to me. I have nothing to win or lose in it. Hey, you want exposure, you can get exposure. Anybody's welcome to come on the show. And even though you might not like what I'm saying right now, Klepto, you are still you are still welcome to come on this show because we're supposed to be adults. It's not high school. What you do affects people's pocketbook and their lives because now you're making decisions for this city. And if you're going to since I'm so insignificant, what are you afraid of?
She doesn't need you now. Right. That she found out, I hate to break to you, your ice ain't as cold no more.
Oh,
okay?
That's what it is. Oh,
your ice ain't as cold.
Okay. Well, again, I wish her all the luck in the world. So that's where we're at with that. But I want to bring up, we have the anniversary of a young lady that was murdered, and her name is Sandra Bland. And for those of you guys that don't know the story of Sandra Bland, please look it up. She was a very, they say she was a civil rights activist.
Well, yeah,
from Chicago.
Up and coming. Very young when she was murdered. We're not gonna say she was. She
27.
died.
She was 27, right?
She was 27 when she was murdered by the Texas. I can't remember exactly what city it was. Police department.
Something Prairie View.
Yeah. It was a traffic infraction or something like that. Something minor. During the traffic stop, you can see where the police officer pretty much hog-ties her and roughs her
All
up.
because she talked back to him, and these police officers have a problem. They think because they have a badge that they have authority over, and they don't. You're there, you pay them.
I'm gonna get into a story too in my segment about exactly what you're saying. But yeah, so that's what she was, and she was murdered. She was found murdered in her jail cell. But they said that she hung herself with using a plastic bag, stepping onto a trash can that wasn't, very tall. I mean, it was just bull,
It's not adding up.
Right, and so they have an HBO movie coming out.
It's already out.
Oh, it's out. Okay.
The documentary.
About her life on HBO, but she's facing some opposition from the gay and lesbian community.
Yeah, that's the shocking thing. And just a quick disclaimer, because I know some trolls are going to come out here and talk about, well, her parents got paid, or her mother got paid $1 million in a
well, how much money would you take for the life of your child?
Right, exactly. and that's what you got to think about. It isn't about the money.
Right.
And then not only did the mother get $1.9 million because of the murder of her daughter, a lot of changes were done in the custody procedures and how the police officer.
I mean, they just got away with murdering her is what it was. But as you had alluded to before, it was known that she was very active in the black community. So some are saying that she was targeted. She was already on the radar per se.
Right, and they wanted to shut her up because she was waking people up, and kind of like sometimes what we do on this show and other shows that we're on is, we're sending out the message, and you got these trolls that come on, and they want to shut us down because we're waking up some folks. I mean, not all of us are going to be woke, but some are going to be woke. And again, you got 13,000 followers on a Sunday. I'm an informer. But I'm just saying, for 13,000 people to listen to your message, that's significant.
Well, and it's important that people hear what we have to say, because we know, and I'm really trying to get this young lady on the show. I can't think of her name right offhand, but she was featured on that damn Moreno Valley Matters, whatever it's called, blog.
Yeah.
It's to me, and this is just me, I'm not gonna put you in it. It's a very racist publication, if you will.
You didn't know that?
No, I know that. I mean, I just don't participate on it because I see.
I don't. Yeah, I'm really
I see what they do, and so the young lady that I'm gonna do my hardest to reach out to, because I want her to tell her side of the story. But they featured this young lady, a black young lady.
And tell her we could go to her.
Yeah, this a young black lady was accused of skipping out on getting her nails done at a nail shop, and so I guess the nail shop, and let's call it who it is, Koreans or Asians, whatever they are, sent.
No.
You know what? They sent, I guess, the images. I'm just from what I read. They sent the images to Moreno Valley Matters or whatever it's called, and they posted the images of this young lady.
And put a narrative
to it that she basically stole money from them by not paying for her services. Well, the young lady actually commented on the blog and said, "That's not what happened. They messed my nails up." And then she wanted to double charge me for fixing it. So she said she was the one that called the police. She went to her car and waited 20 minutes for the police to come, and they said it obviously it's a civil matter. And then she's saying that the police are telling her, well, there's nothing here. If they didn't do your nails right, then there's
it's a civil matter.
Right. And so the young lady also admonished the admins of the page Moreno Valley Matters. And said, wow, I asked you guys to feature a story about a young lady who I think she was missing or something was going on with this other black young lady. And she said, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, so don't quote me on this, that Deborah told her I'd have to get back to you, that I need some more information, never did. So she says, well, it's funny that you ran with this story with no information, but when I gave you something of value, you had to get your info. And so I commented and said, I thanked her for telling her side of the story, and I said, now I hope you understand what the white media does to black people. They demonize black people. It wasn't important to that publication, Moreno Valley Matters, that they got the real story. It was only important to feed their base, which are a lot of races, because, and I say that, and I was tagged on it, so I didn't go to it. Somebody tagged me on it. But as I was reading many comments, they were calling her, racist names. They're calling her ugly. They had all these memes on it. I'm like, well, who's running this page? Is that acceptable to you? That these people are talking bad about this young lady? I mean, just racist statements, black this.
There's a lot of Hispanics.
There's a lot of Hispanics, and it was white folks too, talking bad about this young lady. So I just wanted her to understand that's what the white media does. They don't care about the facts. They only want to give red meat to their racist base. Now, I don't know. I think it was taken down.
Yeah,
I didn't see it anymore, but I was like, look at these racists out here, and they're cool with that. What happened to the admins that block people from doing that, but they get off on that?
Right, but like if I put something on like when I want to share my show, it's deleted.
Of
course. It can't be on, but this is supposed to be a community page because I talk community things, but I can't be on the page.
And so where I was going with that is that's why it's important that we do what we do on this show and my show and all the other shows, is because black people is known that we own less than 3% of the media that's really out there. So it's important for us to use our platform. And so when 13,000 people watch the show, it's important that they hear and see us talk about things that matter in the black community and it's going to move the ball forward. But I really am going to get that young lady on here. I'm going to really try my hardest because I think it's important for her to tell the people of Moreno Valley how she was done by this publication.
Absolutely, absolutely. And, you know, a lot of people that do kind of watch the show, or, you know, if I'm saying something locally, like this part of the show is going to be up there, but you're going to hear comments like, wow, she's so radical, and she's this.
I don't give a damn.
Right. Now,
I'm to that point to where I don't give a damn. I don't answer to you. I don't answer to nobody. I'm going to live my truth. If you don't like it, you fill in the blank. And like I tell people on my show, on my Facebook page, I've known Dee for over 30 years. I'm not making no excuses for her. She's unapologetically black. I can't tell her, you know, her truth. And I'm going to let her be herself. Just like if you came on my show, I don't care who you are. You could be Robert Redneck. I will let you be who you are and just deal with it. And that's what we're supposed to do. Different, diverse opinions. And you know what? And the one thing, too, I would tell you, you know, you don't have to give any explanation for me. Because I know, but I'm just saying, because I get it. Because I know you probably had people say, why do you hang out with her?
Right, and vice versa.
Right. Well, no, nobody said that to me about you. But I mean, it's just kind of par for the course because people, especially the people who are asking you that, are used to seeing black people docile. They're used to seeing black people tiptoe. Well, you know, I don't. Let me try to explain it because I don't want to hurt your feelings. But gosh, I'm not saying all white people. I'm not. Right. They're used to us doing that, and so, like you said, I'm unapologetic. I mean, if anybody wants to challenge me on anything that I'm saying, come on. I'm a nice person, but I'm not gonna lie to you to kick it. I don't know you. You ain't even worth me lying to. So I'm gonna be honest.
Right, and if you guys have been listening and watching this show, I will say things that Dee will be surprised that I say. I'm unapologetic about it because you know what? This is my damn show, and I will say whatever I need to say.
Right, but one thing I will say is, you know, if you're gonna run a publication, don't lie on people. But that's just what white publications, for the most part, do. Now I don't want to say all because there's a lot of white publications that do.
Yeah, I think it's called Marvel Comics and DC. You know, total.
But they do.
Fiction.
Well, there's, you know, like you have the Young Turks. I know they're not a white publication, but you know, and Occupy Democrats or something. Those type
Jimmy
of
Dore
things.
show.
They do highlight the ills of the black community. So I don't want to take anything away from them, but I'm talking about the Mickey Mouse functions or outfits like the one I just mentioned that just continuously, like anytime they post something about somebody black allegedly doing something, the racists have a heyday. And then I said that to you, whoever tagged me, and it wasn't you, it was somebody else. I said, look at all the comments, and to your point, look at all the Hispanics. But yet they want us to go fight for them when Trump is building a wall. Why? Why would we do that? And you said, you don't. I mean, they just like the way they went in on this black woman was awful.
Yeah, and you know, and the funny thing is, I'm a member of that. But I rarely go to that page because it has no, to me, it has no substantive value.
Well, the value is let's be racist, but act like we're not racist.
Right. And I sniff that out, you know, when something comes up, and I do get tagged in a lot of things. But I believe I'm an equal opportunist asshole, and I will, like I said, I'll call out Klepto Carla, I'll call out Denise Fleming, I'll call out Victoria Baca, I'll call out LaDonna Jensen, I'll call out Idiot Gutierrez, whoever I need to call out equally and opportunistically across the board.
Well, that's
and I'm not going to apologize.
If you're being, you know, fair in journalism, that's what you're supposed to do.
Right. You know, so
it's not always going to be pretty, and I think that's what people don't realize. It's not always going to be pretty.
Right. And the truth is not pretty, especially when it's about you.
Right. That's which is why you should just be truthful.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
Just tell your own truth.
And
you
for
know.
And for those new listeners and viewers, just a disclaimer: we've been doing this for about 2-3 years now.
Yeah.
I haven't been sued once.
Well, you know, you just try to say the right things. Allegedly, rumor has it, and
I put the disclaimer.
Yeah, all of that. So
I'm covered.
But then when you have the facts, you bring receipts.
There it is.
So.
And one thing I do not like to talk about, I don't talk about regular people. I talk about public officials that are dealing with my tax dollars, your tax dollars, and blowing them up and letting them know what's going on. There will be consequences for that skate park and that amphitheater. And as a lot of you guys know, and I know a lot of people laugh and stuff like that. Yes, I go to City Hall every day and I file fire requests, Freedom of Information Act.
Why are they laughing though? What's funny about that?
Because they think it's nothing's going to come of it.
But
yeah, it is.
The same I almost said the F word.
Mm-hmm.
That'll complain when something
The
doesn't.
streets are messed up.
Oh, but yeah, right. But they won't go down there and do it.
Right.
But they gonna laugh at you.
Right. When handcuffs are being put on, and here's another thing for my good friend Klepto Carla. This man, you took money from a man that the FBI raided. You are associating yourself with somebody who is under still. That case is still open.
Something tells me she don't care.
No, and that's true. But I'm just saying, I have to call that out and say, really, this is your decision making. You're going to align yourself.
$15,000 is a lot of money.
Compared to $250,000. She must be doing that core math, that new math that they do. I'm just saying.
And
so.
No Child Left Behind.
Right. But what I'm saying is, you guys think it's funny that I do that. What you're not understanding is, I am building a case, because the more they deny me simple stuff that I'm supposed to get, when I go down to the district court, I'm gonna get everything that I'm requesting. I'm building precedent of what they're doing. So you're laughing now, but you won't be laughing when they start throwing handcuffs on certain people. And one thing about crooks and bank robbers, what's the main problem with those folks?
They talk too much.
That and
they leave a trail.
That and the main problem with them.
They spend the money.
They don't know when to quit.
Oh.
They rob one bank.
That could have went on forever.
Right. They rob one bank, and let's say they get away with it. They don't know when to stop, and that's what gets them caught. Every time. Every time. So you can laugh all you want, but remember, when I'm not on the airwaves or whatever, I'm doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes. And I have an election with Victoria Baca coming up, and we need to find some candidates.
When is that election?
In about another year.
Okay, so 2020?
Yeah, 2020.
Okay.
And we need to bounce her fat ass, unattractive ass up out of that seat, because that's not her seat. And yes, that woman, look, I'm going to show you how powerful the law is. That fat, nasty, greasy, jalapeno eating woman could only get a man if she's standing in front of a prison naked.
Now, let me tell you something, all right? Yeah, that's a disclaimer. Those are his words.
Those are Donovan Sadiq's words, and Donovan Sadiq's words alone.
That's right, goddammit.
And she is representing my district, and that is my personal thoughts of Victoria Baca. She hasn't done shit in this district ever since she's held the thing. LaDonna Jimson did more in 2 years than this bitch has done in 4 years so far. So I stand by that.
She said she was doing stuff all over the city. She done stuff for the city.
Like what? Give us lawsuits?
I heard her say that.
Yeah, I know. And another thing is, I'm going to get rid of that sad ass, know nothing ass city attorney. He's next on my list. So mark my words, because one thing about me, if I say it,
you mean it.
You better believe it. Hey, second hour, Dee's going to talk about?
I am talking about, what am I talking about? Oh gosh, we're going to get a little bit trivial. We're going to talk about Nicki Minaj's new situation and the situation of a young woman in New York who was roughed up by the good old New York Police Department.
Right, and for those that weren't listening to the show, Cardi B and Offset are getting divorced.
Now that we got your attention.
So you guys stand by for the second hour. We will be right back. So catch a bad one.
Oh.